Years ago, this was me. And this is me today. How did I go from learning how to walk again to doing a single leg squat? If this is our first time meeting, my name's Nick Venuti. I'm an exercise physiologist and a personal chef. And like many of you, had my life completely changed with a trimalleolar fracture or a broken ankle, to get less technical. I've been there with the thoughts of, am I ever going to be able to walk again? Am I ever going to be able to recover? Am I ever going to get back to the things that I love doing? And I wanted to make this video for you because I get so many comments from my one video of learning how to walk again, of people just saying, wow, this is an inspiration. I can't wait to get back there. And so I just want to share what it's been like for me 2 years past that video, and hopefully it can share some insight to what you're going to be seeing in the future, or maybe just give you some insight to my mentality and how I just really took this recovery and just made the best of it. So let's get into it. My injury started when I was playing hockey. I was on a breakaway and this guy made a cheap shot. He did a slide tackle right into my ankle when I was one-on-one with the goalie and just completely fractured my ankle. And I knew it was broken immediately because I could feel the tibia and the fibula kind of cross over. And that was a feeling that I've never felt before. To make a long story short, went through the surgery, had an external fixator on my leg for 2 weeks. I have 14 screws and 2 plates still in my leg. As someone with a degree in exercise physiology, I thought this rehab will be nothing. I can do this. But as I started doing more and more research in that hospital bed, I realized I couldn't be any further from the truth. And that's when everything started to hit me. Am I about to lose this business that I spent the last 5 years building? Am I ever going to be able to walk again? Am I going to be able to cook again? How is my pain? I got rods sticking out of my leg. Is this ever going to be better? But it wasn't until I started attaching my recovery to my why. Why do I want to get better? Well, I want to get better for my clients. I want to get better for my business. And for you, it could be something as simple as like, I want to get better for my dog. I want to get better so I can take my kids to the ball game. I want to get better so I can go dancing. Whatever it is, start to figure out your why, because once you do that, you're more motivated. And the thing with, motivation is anything that you can do to improve, just 1% each day is a big emotional task for yourself, especially somebody who is non-weight bearing and who's somebody who is sitting in the bed for 10, 12 weeks, because mindset is so important, because the exercises you do don't mean shit if you aren't mentally prepared and motivated to get better. Because when you're doing physical therapy and you're doing the exercise over there, you're not just strengthening your muscles, right? You're essentially rewiring your brain, your muscles, your motor pathways, and your brain has to relearn how to communicate effectively with your ankle. And that process really starts with having the right mindset. And, once you get your mindset in check, that's really the foundation, because when you start to get to your exercises and the physical part, you think you're just working on the muscles, and what you're actually doing is way more complex and fascinating. You're essentially rewiring your brain and the motor pathway. Break it down a little bit for you is that every time you perform an exercise, a bicep curl, your brain is sending signals to your muscles, and it travels and sends the signals down through your nervous system. And then after an injury like a trimalleolar fracture or broken ankles, these pathways are severely disrupted. You have nerve blockers, etc. And so any of the signals that are being sent from the brain, it's like a detour, on a known route. It's like, we know to go this way, so what? Now I have to do what? And so that's where the mindset comes in, because if you're not mentally prepared and you don't have that why driving you, it's easy to get frustrated and give up. But when you're committed, your brain starts adapting, and that is basically neuroplasticity in a nutshell. If you're going through a similar journey, I've created a comprehensive guide to ankle recovery that you can download for free. The link is in the description below. But let's be real, even with the right exercises and the right mindset, the journey isn't without its share of pain and discomfort. And you could do all the exercises in the world, but if you aren't managing your pain effectively, your recovery is going to be a long uphill battle. I was fortunate to have access through all these different devices through the recovery service that I provide for my clients. So I was able to integrate them obviously seamlessly into my routine using something like the Theragun. And if you don't know what a Theragun is, it's a percussive massage gun that allows you to stimulate blood flow to a particular area, helps alleviate muscle tightness, etc. But I was using it on my calf, I was using it on my thigh, my hip. I mean, it was like having a massage therapist at your house, especially when you're going through an injury like this. You want stimulation to these muscles. So anytime that I was feeling really sore, my ankles were really swollen, I would get into these boots, wear them for about a half hour, and I mean, I just feel like a new person. Now, I understand you might not have all of those tools at your service, but sometimes it's the simple things like, you know, stretching your big toe back, doing yoga, getting into stretching. You know, it sounds trivial, but, you know, doing things like that is actually crucial for your balance and your gait. What I think really made the biggest difference for me was Oofoos shoes. Now, when I got back to work, my feet were sore. I would stand for hours and then come back and my ankles, my knees, and everything was just swollen like a balloon. And after I did some research, I found Oofoos shoes, and they claimed that they absorb 37% more impact than traditional footwear. So I was like, hell, let me figure it out. And honestly, I felt relief the next day, actually that day. And I mean, they are highly recommended. I actually ended up buying 3 pairs of them. I don't know if I have anywhere around now. Actually became an affiliate of them because they work so well. So if you want to check them out, there's a link again in the description below. Highly recommended. Get yourself a Theragun. You can get a mini one. Get some recovery boots. You know, even really, those are kind of expensive. And get some new shoes. I mean, these are the 3 things for me that really made all the difference. When you're recovering from an injury, your workouts really need to be more than just lifting weights and doing cardio. It's really about having a plan that targets your major muscle groups while allocating time for specific recovery work, like your ankle, like your quad, like your calf, like these small muscle groups, you know. And injury like this doesn't really just affect your physical health, right? I mean, it seeps into every aspect of your life. I mean, it did for me. It was a wake-up call for how much, you know, what I took for granted. You know, simple things like going for a walk, going to the bathroom, going to the shower, standing for extended period of times. I would go to concerts when I got back and I would have to go home in an hour because it hurt too bad. It's easy to become irritable and give up and, you know, this constrain relationships. It's a tough pill to swallow, knowing, especially for me, knowing the funds that I had for taking my business to the next level were about to be used for basic living expenses. Every challenge is an opportunity for growth, you know, both professionally and personally. I think if you have that mindset, you can get yourself better, and it helped me. And if you benefited from this video, I would love to hear your recovery story or how you're managing this injury. And, you know, thank you for watching, and don't forget to download the free recovery guide. It's linked in the description. It's packed with exercises, tips, and things that helped me, and I think it can help you as well. If you're interested in diving deeper into some of the exercises that I did, that's going to be on my next video. So I'll be going into more detail about the exercises I do every day to maintain my progress. And so make sure you're subscribed, and thank you so much for watching. And remember, we're in this journey together, right? I'm a message away, I'm a comment away, and just stay strong, stay positive, and let's just keep moving forward. I'll see you on the next video.